What's up everybody, it's that time again to celebrate a new year, so to get into the 2019 spirit, let's take a look at the next upcoming Overwatch event, Lunar New Year 2019. Today, I'm going to be discussing everything we know so far about its start date, new skins, leaks, and other possible changes we could be seeing with the first event of the year. This is Master Ian Gamer, and let's get into it. As always when talking about upcoming events, let's start with the start date. This aspect is actually going to be a bit harder than usual to accurately pin down, primarily due to the nature of the real-world Lunar New Year holiday on which it's based. Since the holiday abides by the cycles of the moon, there's an almost 1 month long window of dates through January and February that the actual holiday can land on, and we've seen the Overwatch event reflect this variance in the past. In 2017, when the holiday was on January 28th, the event started on January 24th, and in 2018, when the holiday was on February 16th, the event didn't start until February 8th, about 2 weeks later than it started the year prior. So then, what are we expecting for 2019? Well, this year the holiday is on Tuesday, February 5th, meaning that the event certainly won't be starting any later than that date, but since Blizzard always likes to have their events start prior to their correlating holidays, we need to look a little earlier, into the month of January. Depending on what all Blizzard decides to end up releasing in the first month of the year, they'll more than likely try to space it out from the Lunar New Year event. So that gives us this window of time as being the most likely frame in which the event will be starting. And since events always start on either a Tuesday or Thursday, these 4 dates in particular would be the ones to most pay attention to. Personally, I suspect it's going to be the last week of the month, as that will then put more of the event into February, but we'll have to wait and see to know for sure. Also, it's become a very consistent trend at this point for Blizzard to start officially teasing upcoming events 1 week prior to them starting, with various teasers showing off some of the event's new skins. So be sure to keep an eye out for those coming up as time goes on. Additionally, it's worth mentioning that the 2018 New Year's event lasted for 4 weeks instead of the usual 3, with the reason being that people who are traveling for the holiday would then have more time to play it. Therefore, it seems very likely that the event will once again last 4 weeks this time too, meaning that its end date will be near the end of February. As a side note, this is also when we'll likely start to see teasers for Hero 30. Anyways, now that we've sufficiently covered when the event will be starting, let's move on to another juicy aspect of the event, which is new skins. Like the start date, this is once again something that's actually going to be a little difficult to predict for this event specifically, as there aren't many heroes right now who feel overdue for something new. But let's take a look at the skins chart to see who's got the best odds. First up, the one hero which is pretty much guaranteed to get a new legendary skin is Tracer. Not only has she gone without a new event legendary for more than a year and a half now, but she also only has an epic skin from past Lunar New Year events. After Tracer, the only other hero that I believe is borderline guaranteed to get a new skin is Genji, given that he's gone without a new event skin since last year's Lunar New Year. However, while it has happened before, it's very rare that heroes get legendaries for the same event 2 years in a row, which makes me suspect then that he could instead be getting an epic skin this time around. It would be his first one since Overwatch's very first event, all the way back in 2016, so yeah, an epic skin seems just as likely as the legendary this time around. After Tracer and Genji though, no other heroes are particularly outstanding when it comes to being overdue for a new legendary skin. But when considering length of time since last legendary, their total skins so far relative to time in game, and who hasn't gotten a New Year's legendary in the past, the remaining top candidates would be Orisa, Bastion, Hanzo, Reaper, and Brigitte. In total, these 7 heroes I've marked are the most likely candidates for getting new legendary skins specifically, although it's still entirely possible for others to get one instead. The only heroes I'd say are guaranteed not to get a skin are ones who already have 5 or more total legendaries, but even still, this is Blizzard we're talking about, so anything could happen. Also, when it comes to the new epic skins, I'd say really anyone has a fair chance at those, especially if they've had few epics in the past, such as Winston, who's been in the game since launch and has yet to get a single new one. Overall, this year's event will almost certainly be keeping with the trend we've seen over the past several months now, where there'll be a total of 6 new legendary and 3 new epic skins. On top of that, the other new cosmetics we can expect are a total of 3 new emotes and highlight intros, about 6 victory poses, a few player icons, as well as a handful of sprays and voice lines for various heroes, with Brigitte, Wrecking Ball, and Ashe for sure getting new ones since they weren't here for the event last year. And speaking of these heroes and their cosmetics, this is a good transition to the leaks we've had so far for this event. The first of these is actually several voice lines for Wrecking Ball, which were data mined back at the time of his release and almost certainly will be part of the Lunar New Year event. There's 10 of them in total, and they all have to do with assessing one's luck.
Assessing luck. Small fortune. Assessing luck. Medium fortune. Assessing luck. Great fortune. Assessing luck. Small misfortune. Assessing luck. Medium misfortune. Assessing luck. Great misfortune. Assessing luck. Success in academics. Assessing luck. Good time for romance. Assessing luck. Financial outlook strong. Assessing luck. Be careful crossing the street.
Given the format of these lines, it seems incredibly likely that they will function like Orisa's current Outlook voice lines, where each time it's activated, it randomly picks one of the multiple variants to be spoken. The reason this luck assessment voice line will almost certainly be part of this event is because luck and fortunes like this are a major theme of the Lunar New Year, especially in the East Asian nations which largely celebrate it. And who knows, maybe Wrecking Ball will even get some kind of Magic 8-Ball skin to go with his luck assessment abilities. As for Ashe and Brigitte, they don't have any data mined lines which stand out as being Lunar New Year themed, so while they almost certainly are going to be getting some, we'll just have to wait and see what they end up being. The second notable leak for the upcoming event is one that some of you may have noticed already, which is the new achievements for Capture the Flag. At this point, leaks like this have become par for the course, but the two new ones this time are Delivery Interruption, kill an enemy as they carry the flag in a game of Capture the Flag, and Captured, capture a flag in a game of Capture the Flag. These are currently visible in the PTR, but unlike when this kind of leak happened for the 2018 Halloween Terror event, they don't reveal any of the new skins from the event. Oh well, I'm sure Blizzard will do that themselves soon enough with the Twitter event teasers. However, the more important thing to note about these leaked achievements is that they confirm Capture the Flag as being the Spotlight game mode for the event again this year. As many of you may recall, the 2017 Lunar New Year event was what first introduced the Capture the Flag game mode, and then in 2018 the event added the first exclusive CTF map, being Ayutthaya. However, given that both the game mode and exclusive map are regularly available in the arcade even outside of the event, what is Blizzard's plan for this year around? We'll almost certainly get the event-themed version of Lijiang Tower again, but that's not even restricted to just CTF. It also applies to quick play and competitive. And speaking of competitive, we did get a limited time competitive Capture the Flag mode last year, which means we'll probably be getting a second mini-season of it again this year. But beyond that, what? Given Blizzard's track record in recent months, I really doubt they're going to introduce some other new mode or map. However, I do think that there's a good chance to get a new Lunar New Year map skin. Given the CTF theme of the event, it'll likely be one of the control point maps, since that way it'll be compatible with the arcade game mode. And which better map than one set in a nation which already celebrates the Lunar New Year, Busan, South Korea. Now, depending on how much you actually play CTF, you may or may not be aware that Busan, despite being a control map, isn't actually available in the current arcade version of the mode. Therefore, I suspect we're going to see not only a new event map skin for Busan, which will be present in quick play and competitive, but also it'll be added to the CTF map roster from then on. It is currently the only control point map which isn't part of the mode, so why not add it for consistency if nothing else? Beyond this new map skin and competitive CTF mini-season though, I would strongly advise against getting your hopes up for any other major new developments with this event. If Blizzard didn't spend much time on developing any of the past few, they certainly aren't going to be doing it for Lunar New Year, since it's historically been one of the more low-key events. One last thing to note though before wrapping up is that I will be making a video soon talking about some specific skin possibilities we could be seeing for this year's event. While Lunar New Year skins in the past have been difficult to predict unless you're decently knowledgeable about East Asian culture and mythology, I do have some ideas to suggest. Given that 2019 is the year of the pig, Roadhog is certainly the first hero who comes to mind. However, he's already gotten a legendary skin and a good number of other cosmetics from this event, so I'm not sure we'll actually see him get much favoritism this time around. Regardless though, look forward to that video coming soon, and in the meantime, be sure to let me know your own thoughts about New Year themed skins in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll be making more news videos for the event as time goes on when we get more information and possibly some more leaks, so be sure to stay tuned to my channel. Also, go ahead and leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and share it with a friend if you really liked it. Subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and hit up the bell to never miss any of my future Overwatch content. This is Master Ian Gamer signing off, and until next time,
assessing luck. Odds of success increasing.